Hello, class. This is Dr. Lawrence Williams. Wanted to get with you and have a little discussion. It is week 3. We are, in fact, uh, coming away from week 2. You did your draft, and I did, in fact, return those drafts to you, uh, especially to the expressly to the person that actually sent it to me. What I'd like for them to do is to take my suggestions and you guys make corrections on that this week. We've got a lot more things to discuss with you, but before then, I'll tell you a little story. I don't know how many of you guys remember the Karate Kid. It was a movie that was done probably in the early 80s. And I'm not thinking about the remake. The remake, I think it had Will Smith's kid in it. But the old movie, the older movie, had Ralph Macchio in it. And Ralph Macchio's character was the Karate Kid. And I'm reminded of a time when the Mr. Miyagi, who was his teacher, karate teacher, had him doing all this work. It seemed like he was just doing work for a couple of weeks. And Karate Kid got frustrated, mad, and he says to Mr. Miyagi, you're just tricking me to do some work. And Mr. Miyagi has him walk through the work that he did, demonstrated to him, wax on, wax off. And in actuality, those movements, those body movements were in line with the actual karate that he was learning. So he had learned all this in the process of doing the work. I like to say to you guys here at week 3, wax on, wax off. I'm not Mr. Miyagi, but wax on, wax off. I've actually had you go through as a group and do an activity, and you actually used Word to do that activity. In the process, you may not have known it, but you have picked up some skills in Word. Okay, so as I mentioned to you before, this is not a traditional class, nor am I a traditional teacher. I don't like doing lectures. I don't do much lecturing, but lectures tend to be a case where it's not interactive, and I don't get a chance. You don't get a chance to have your input. This way, you have your chance. You have your opportunity to have your input, and I think this is a much better way for you to learn. So, welcome to week 3. I'm proud of you. All 3 groups did extremely well on that particular exercise. Now, at week 3, what I'd like for you to do is to take that particular draft and the suggestions that I've made, do the modifications based upon the suggestions that I made, and I can say that each group will make 100, and each member of the group will make 100 for the week. Okay, so however, I'm saying that you need to do this. You meet in your groups to do this, and if there are ways of making your your business summary better, then go ahead and do it. One team in particular I would like to highlight, and that is the go-tos. Okay, they and I'm asking that they attach their business summary in the discussion for the week. Okay, take a look at that. They did an excellent job, and I think I only had to make one suggestion for change on that. So, you guys, congratulations, kudos to you. Go ahead and make your modification, and please submit it to the weekly discussion so we can talk about that. Some coaching things, okay? Do not forget about your weekly discussion posts. Your weekly discussion posts are there for you to get to know other students and also learn from them. So you need to do a weekly discussion post by Sunday evening at 12 midnight, okay, for it to count. And then I noticed a lot of you only would have for the week one post. What it is a post and then a reply to another student. Okay, so in order for you to get the full points, I did allow for full points last week, but in order for you to get the full points, you do need to go ahead and do a initial post and then do a reply. Last but not least, there are many of you that did not do post at all. Okay, so you need to pay attention to your weekly post. They are worth 50 points a week, and we have 8 weeks. So you do the math. I believe that's 400 points. And continue to go. So far, everyone's doing fairly well. Continue to pull your weight. Next week is midterm, and the midterm is you doing an assessment of your team members, and that assessment will consist of you grading them. Okay. And you telling me what grade you think they ought to receive, and it goes without fail. There's always people in the group that are not showing up in the group, not doing anything, and expect to get a good grade. How they expect to do that, I do not know. But trust me and you. Between me and you. If in fact if you're not holding your weight in the group, trust me, people will let me know because they'll feel like they shouldn't be doing all the work. Okay, all right. So let's have a good learning experience. You have week 3. You know what to do for week 3, and then we have week 4 that's coming up pretty soon. We're going into Excel. So Excel's a very good tool to learn. So hope everyone's fine. Hope everyone's healthy. And if anyone needs to contact me, my telephone number is 502-821-8457. Let's have a great learning experience and take care.